students, today we're going for another new chapter, that is the genetics. Okay, how the character from the father is transmitted to the son. That means the transfer of character we will be discussing. So first of all, we will take up the chapter of genetics. That chapter is Principles of Inheritance and Variation, where we will be studying mainly the Mendel's work. Students, one thing you have to keep in mind, the Mendel was the pioneer person who did a lot of investigation and research on transmission of characters. For that, he found out or formulated his own 7 pairs of characters that he did in his experiment of N.C.E.R.T. He did experiment why? N.C.E.R.T. So 7 pairs of characters we need to know, and that characters we need to keep in our mind. What are those? We'll be going for the chapter 5, Mendel's work mainly. The chapter is Principles of Inheritance and Variation. So I will be writing down the character here. What is the character? Character, C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R, character. Then dominant, D-O-M-I-N-A-N-T, dominant, and recessive. Recessive means which is suppressed. Dominance means which is expressed. It is not that the one who has a better look is the dominant. It may not be. Transmission of character speaks that one who is expressed is the dominant. One who is not expressed is the recessive. So, character number 1. First of all, I will be going for seed shape. Seed shape. Seed shape. Dominant one, as per the expression which we have found in number of occasions more, is the round. And recessive is wrinkle. These are all founded by whom? Georg Johann Mendel. He was actually a priest. The next one, seed color. Seed color is the dominant. Dominant which one? Yellow. Yellow is the dominant one. And green is the recessive. Then I am putting another color here. See one. Let's go flower color. Violet. Violet is the dominant because the expression of it is more than that of the recessive, that is the white. Fourth, after this we will be going for pot shape. Pot means what? P-O-D. Pot shape. Pot means what? Where you are finding the seeds. That means the garden pea. Full. Full means what? Inflated. Recessive is constricted. Constricted means which is shriveled. Like that of wrinkle. Round means rounded. Wrinkle means having the shrivel nature. Here this one is also constricted. Now you are finding pot color. Pot color. After this, let's go for next one. Pot color. Pot color will be green. Green. Yellow. 6. Flower position. What is the flower? Flower is the dominant one. Axial and what? Terminal. Height. Height comes tall. Tall is the dwarf. Tall and what? Dwarf. Tall is the dominant one. Dwarf is the recessive. So these are the character Mendel took for his experiment. That doesn't mean that you cannot go for other character. But when you go for the study of genetics, as we go deeper, we will be going more characters to know how the process goes on. But base of ours will be with the 7 pairs of contrasting character. Now students, I will be going for the Mendel first experiment that he did was the monohybrid experiment. Okay, what is the meaning of monohybrid experiment? Monohybrid experiment means what? When one pair of contrasting character is taken. Okay. It is called monohybrid experiment. It means that when one pair, you are taking one pair of contrasting character. What is that character? Out of the 7 pairs of contrasting character, any one you take. Suppose I have taken height. I can take only height, or I can take any seat shape. I can take any of the characters, anyone. When I take any one pair, that is called mono. So height is having contrasting characters. How many contrasting characters? 2. What is that? Tall and dwarf. How many? Tall and what? Dwarf. Tall is what? Dominant, I told you, and dwarf is the recessive. So monohybrid experiment like this. Tall is crossed with what? Dwarf. Tall is given by capital T, capital T. Dwarf will be using the same type of letters but will be small letters. Got it? As we have studied in meiosis, when it forms gamete, it becomes half. So here I will write down gametes. Twice n, it become n. Same here. So both of these unite. This is F1 generation. What is the meaning of F1 generation? F1 generation means first filial generation of the offspring. This will be this capital T and this is small t. But this one becomes what? This becomes tall. Why? This capital T dominates the expression of the small t and expression becomes tall, not the dwarf. Got it? Now, what happened? In the next generation, the gamete produced by them, see, they will be producing 2 types of gamete. What are these 2 types of gamete? One will be this capital T, other will be what? Small t. So these 2 gametes will be produced by them. So I will be making it here. This is the gametes. Gametes of what? This is the F1 generation. This is the gametes. This is the F1 generation. F1 generation gametes. This is the gametes of parental generation. So there will be male. This one is male. This one is female. Okay. T. Because when the 2 types of gametes are produced, it can be for the male also, it can be for the female also. See now, when this one crossed, these 2, capital T, capital T. Now this T and this T is crossed, then capital T, small t. This capital T will come first when it is crossed and small t. We generally write the recessive one or the recessive character to be the second one, small letters. Small t, small t. Okay. So now the expression ratio will be like this. Tall is to dwarf. How many tall? This one tall. This one capital T small t, I told you what it is. It is tall. Isn't it? This is also tall then. How many? 3 tall. Dwarf. Small t, there is no other expression. Only dwarf is coming. So dwarf is 1. Okay. This is phenotypic ratio. Clear? So the ratio of the monohybrid experiment that he found out is 3:1. And this experiment is called monohybrid experiment. We'll go for more topics in the coming days. Thank you, students.